the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And of course, I have my co-host Tosh. Say, hey girl, hey. And we also have our co-host Ziggy Bailey. We're gonna do an official introduction to her for her being on the podcast. But tonight we have a guest,
special guest,
Andrea King. Say, hey girl.
Hi.
So tonight we're gonna talk about how to get over a breakup.
Yes.
I know that's something that I all go through at one point in our lives. Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about how we cope or how we get over breakups. And let's start with Tosh.
Really?
What? Yeah.
So she want to start with me.
Somebody might be like the professional get over a breakup.
Listen, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think. Do you think anybody's a professional get over a breakup, or?
I feel like I might be a professional, but it might just be because I just cut people off.
But is that the healthy way? I feel
it works.
It's probably the best.
It works, but I don't think that it's getting, like, for example, with the podcast that I post today, or the clip that I post today about
how do you know
that you're healed? A lot of people, or a few people, were saying that they just go on about their business and, just stay busy, but that's not really healing.
So let me tell you how I get over a breakup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bad way how I get over a breakup. So basically, how I get over a breakup. Warning: do not try this at home. I usually just find somebody else to talk to. That's my way to get over a breakup.
But that
it's not naturally.
But that's not getting over the breakup.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not getting over it.
We're talking about the healthy way to get over a breakup, not
that's somebody else's healthy way though.
But it's not a healthy way. I mean, like, I think we probably all done that before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No matter what age we were. I mean, I tried in high school, like, you know what? I'm done. I'm over you. Moving on to the next. But honestly, like, it creeps back up on you down the road. Like,
right.
say for example,
it's not
over it, because now you're gonna take that same baggage into the next relationship, and now you're gonna be in, like, what I call the washing machine cycle.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna put this off on that person.
Okay.
Like, you haven't even sat and evaluated. Okay, why did we break up?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't even sat down and, like, thought, okay, well, did I really listen to his point of view of why he wanted to separate? Did I really express why I wanted to separate?
Right.
You never sat down and thought about all that stuff.
Right.
So
you just move on.
Right.
And that's not
You're
the healthy
suppressing
way.
I mean, but just because she's talked to someone new doesn't mean she's not in her own time doing those things. So she might very well still be doing those things.
Right.
But to keep her occupied and not call that person, she just makes sure she has the next to come.
That's not the proper way, though, because at the end of the day, it's still unresolved. If you have to use someone else or something else to keep you distracted from that situation, then that's not the proper way to get over a breakup, because it's not resolved. You are just using someone to fill that void. But
what if you just don't care about the person anymore? You just want to the next.
I mean, if you don't care,
boom, bam.
The next thing is probably not even something serious either. It's just something to do.
it's a what's that thing they call when you have when you just have somebody?
Distraction.
No, not a distraction, but
A rebound?
A rebound. That's what it is. A rebound.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Well, Ziggy got some tips for us, basically on how you can get over a breakup. So I definitely want to hear some of these tips, honey.
Well,
apparently I'm doing it the healthy way.
There are a lot of things. Honestly, a lot of the things that you guys said are all kind of like a part of getting over it. But first, I want to break down why getting over breakup is important. Is because when you're with someone for such a long time, you start to develop. Well, your body gives out endorphins that makes you happy when you're with this person, when you're in love with this person. So when you break up with this person, it's like a loss. It's like an actual death, because you're thinking about all the good times, and you're thinking about what could have been, what should have been, instead of thinking about how you're going to move forward if you guys aren't going to be together. So it is actual. It's a loss, and you have to grieve. But the first and foremost, you have to cut off all contact. So
That's kind of hard though. I mean, is that reality? Can you really cut off all?
Yeah. I've done it. I think it depends on the person. It depends on the person that you're dealing with. Some people you could just cut them off. Like my last situation, I just cut them off. Like I never looked back. Like that's it. But that's because I felt like you already know. Like I didn't vibe with that person. I didn't have like a legitimate vibe. So it was like when I finally decided to just dom, it was dom. Like that was it.
When a woman's fed up.
Yeah. But you know, it wasn't.
That's true.
That's hard for a lot of people, though. I mean, a lot of out there, like, I mean, it's real. I mean, it's easier said than done.
Right.
It depends on
But it depends on the person too.
So like,
Yeah,
it's people really just like, yeah, I'm done. You know darn well
no.
when they call you,
You're gonna
answer that phone.
Like
You're gonna
a
pick up
black.
that
That's why
text.
there's a thing.
Yeah, that's a black.
But you can unblock too, because remember,
Yeah,
you
with the
have
iPhone.
place in the block, so you can unblock.
Right.
And you know darn well back in the day, you gotta call the number to block. You call right back like, yeah, you can take that off the unblock. You know, but so reality is.
But it is a breakup, so therefore you have to be strong and know that this is what you have to do. Don't unblock.
Right.
That's why you just go off with the next person, because if you go off with the next person,
My God, we not just have this closing down with Rihanna.
Right.
Exactly, right. No, but the thing about me is why usually when it's at the end of a relationship for me, I cut it completely off because I have done so much. I feel like I've
That's
done
true.
all that I can do
That's true.
to keep this relationship alive. And I feel like nothing else is going to change. So by the time I get to the point where I have to completely cut it off and I can do it and it's easy, I'm done.
Right. If you could, I mean, and I'm not saying that what you do is I do that all the time too.
Right.
Like it's the easiest form of breakup for me is to just dismiss it and move on, and then meet somebody else and just move on with my life. But it's not healthy though.
true.
I feel like that's just a band-aid. I feel
Right.
like it's a band-aid. Like you don't want to
Well, you gotta
deal
put the
with that hurt.
Neosporin and you put the Band-Aid on there until it heals. It's okay. Rip the Band-Aid.
What you think? What you think?
I said it's a
I just
Band-Aid.
feel like it's a band-aid.
It's a band-aid. Just fix it.
Yeah, I just like to face stuff head on. It's like, okay, it's over. Okay, it's over. I just feel like also another factor is how important that person was to you. Like, for example, my last breakup was my ex-fiance. And that also happened to be my children's father.
That was tough.
Right.
It took
So,
you time.
exactly.
It takes time.
Exactly. So it wasn't the same as like I had put 4.5 years into that. So it wasn't the same as when before somebody I had dated for 6 months and I come to terms like, oh, you know what, this is not gonna work out. This is not somebody I see my future with. And it's like, boom, my curve game is strong. I can cut you off, and that was it. I cut you off, block you, and that was it. I can see the missed calls when he called. I'm done.
And you don't even care.
So I can see that, But with somebody that I had invested so much time, love into, and then children, even, leaving the children out because, you may not have children.
Right.
But somebody that I put so much time into,
It's tough.
I can't just moving on to the next because, no, I can't. Like, I still love you, but we come to terms that it's not going to work. And that hurts.
Was that your
It was
first
like
love?
that, like you said.
It's a
Is
great.
your first love? I think the first love is
that.
always the first cut is the deepest. But
Baby,
it is the
I know.
truth. First
Cut is the deepest.
Okay.
Okay, no, for real. Because when I think
That's
Talim's dad was considered my first love, and when we broke up, that was the hard. It took me a long time to kind of get over that hump, and I would cry spontaneously. It was just so hurtful, like that. It was over. So I think it depends on the person. It depends on how much time you invested, how much energy, what you guys build together. But again, yeah, if it's like a 6-month, year thing, if they didn't really mean that much to you, I still feel like, because I'm not gonna say,
You need a month or two.
yeah, I'm not gonna say
Right.
I don't do that because I do it all the time, but I just don't feel like it's the proper way because right now in my life, I don't feel like I've resolved those different situations. So now they're building up, and every time I get into something new, all those issues and triggers, is things that also triggers, like something that maybe, Talim dad did before, and then someone else is doing it, but they're not doing it in the same way. Maybe he did it maliciously, and this person is genuine with how they're doing that same act. But because it reminds me of, and I didn't heal and get over the things that happened with him, it triggers, and then there you go, boom, I'm blowing up.
There's
and
conflict.
Right, it's conflict.
Tainted with that.
Right. So I feel like I'm in a place in my life right now where I feel like I need to heal, you know, and put, like you said, you told me via text, put all that hurt, write it down, burn it. You gotta like let it out. But if we keep going and going and going and going and don't resolve it, then it's like we're not healing.
What I was saying earlier, you're just masking it.
Yeah.
Come back.
You're suppressing it.
Right.
Until somebody takes the Band-Aid off.
Right.
And it's all gonna spill out like you.
And it's going to be anger, and it's going to be bitterness, and you're going to scare the other person away.
Yeah. I think we've been there too.
But then again, to be honest, I don't think we ever fully heal from the past hurt. I feel like it's always
It's
there.
always there.
You just have to learn how to cope and how to understand when someone is doing it maliciously, like someone before, and when someone just really doesn't understand. And communicate. Communication is a very big deal in a relationship.
It is.
And I used to be horrible at communicating because in my household we didn't communicate with words. We communicated with fighting and yelling and never being vulnerable, never saying, well, you hurt me and it made me feel this way. Like that's not how my household was.
Right.
So I didn't grow up understanding how to communicate in a healthy way. So I've had to teach myself. I'm still teaching myself.
Right.
The hurt doesn't help.
Right. It sure
Communicate in a healthy way.
It sure doesn't, because it's hard to move past a breakup, but I guess
So, I mean, do you really know them when you're like, and like you spoke on the last show, how do you know you really like over it though? So that you can move on forward. And then-
Ziggy said you just know when they, you know, but I think, no, you know what, I've been getting feedback from people on the Traveling Pants page. I guess getting over a breakup and healing kind of is hand in hand. So one thing that they were saying is when you completely, like, say that person name comes up and you're not affected, or something that person did to you, someone else does it, and then you're not affected. If you talk about the breakup, like for example the past, if you talk about that, if you're not affected, that means at this point you're completely over it. Like you're healed, you're whole now.
And that's the thing, because like, okay, so for instance, you move on, you deal with another person, but there's always that one, like you said, there's gonna be a piece of it still there, because there's times you're gonna maybe hear a song, you're gonna see a car, maybe tickets, a movie, something's gonna remind you of that past relationship, and a little bit of hurt's gonna come back. You know what I mean? So it's like, are you really 100% over that before you jump into your next thing? I mean, are you really, is it gone? Is it in the past?
I think it takes
Is it
time.
behind you?
Time is the only thing that heals.
Yeah.
But I feel like
But you gotta put in the
know.
work too.
You do.
You gotta put in the work.
Reflecting is one. That's one of the biggest things about you have to reflect on the situation. What did you learn from the situation? What did you do wrong? Because people never like to admit their fault.
Exactly.
What did you do wrong?
Yeah, that's a big one.
And you may not be able to get it right with the past relationships, but how are you going to change that for the future?
Right. Yeah, that's a big one.
Reflect.
Also, forgiving yourself, like for whatever you did wrong as well. You know, sometimes we leave a relationship and we always point like you, and then we don't really address what we did. You know, and sometimes you have to forgive yourself. Like even these past hurts, these breakups, we also have to forgive ourselves for the things that we did wrong in order to also move forward and get over it as well. I think that's important. What you think?
I agree, because it just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, you have to take the time to sit back and reflect and think like, okay, why did this person want to leave? What did I do to make this person want to leave? What did this person do? What did he say? Or what did she say, that I could have been better at? Because if you don't acknowledge that, and if you don't look at that, I believe you said you found yourself like in another relationship, and it's like, here I am in the same thing. Because like I said, it's going to be in that cycle because it's not dealt with, So
Yes.
you have to acknowledge yourself.
Yep. And you have to forgive the other person also. That's the biggest thing. Because if you don't forgive, you just walk around with a bitter heart. So you have to learn how to forgive
Right.
and just like be at peace and just, and you can just be like, exhale.
Right.
Now this is one thing, and it may be so off topic, but you know what I can't stand with us women? When we supposedly get over a breakup, or let's just say when we all of a sudden we decide to, like, you know what, I'm done.
Right.
Why is it that we realize like our worth? Okay, so
That,
I'm gonna get my hair done,
that.
my nails done.
big
I'm gonna look
I-
my best. Why don't you do that during the time you was in a relationship? Did you
That's
not
a
do
big
that?
I think with that is also a form of distraction. When we get out of it, we wanna.
You want to self-care.
Self-care, like, okay, yeah,
let me
you know,
remind, let me go to
right,
the gym now.
exactly.
Let
I
me
think,
get-
but I think it's also a distraction. I think it's also a mechanism that we use to act like we're good and we're busy. So guess what? I'm doing
Right.
all this stuff. I think it's like a.
It is. I was listening to
defense mechanism. Yeah.
I was listening to a Mary song this morning called "Glow Up." You know, it's an old song,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when she had that big thing with Can Do and everything. By the way, Mary has glowed the
Yes,
hell
she
up.
did.
Okay, she
Yeah,
blew
she
it, but it's like, what was up the glow up?
But you know what? Sometimes you be so stressed and drained that you don't even have the energy.
That's crazy.
But that's when you know it's over. That's when you know it's over, though. Like sometimes I'm sure she stepped into that relationship, glowed up, looking the bomb. But by the time you've done all the verbal abuse, physical, mental, you know, all the things that's going on in a relationship, sometimes it just
the energy.
tear you down and you don't even have the energy. You know, sometimes
Care
in a
about
relationship, we both sometimes verbally abuse each other. You know, by that time you feel like crap. You know, like you get up in the morning, y'all just had this big old argument. You look like a monkey. You know, whatever.
It's over. It's over.
Okay,
Whatever they say, you get up in the morning like, damn, I look like a monkey. What I'm gonna do my hair, you know? So I think sometimes
And you start to believe it yourself.
like sometimes you be like, no, I look like a monkey, you know? And then you get up the next morning, you going to work, you don't even care.
Yo,
but then once you break up,
But then you like, you know what? I gotta get back on.
I gotta get back on
glow
my
up. You know what I'm saying?
I look like a
And then-
chimpanzee.
and now you want to be back out. You like, you know what? I'm gonna go out to the club tonight. Go with the girls, have some drink. You know, it's like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it. Women, please, somebody let me know, because we all do it. I've done it. You know, I've seen other people do it. It's like all of a sudden they want to get back. They want to do that like snap back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let me show him what he missed out on.
all right.
You're supposed to show him that anyway. Why we don't show him that anyway?
we do. It's just that when it's at the end, we drained.
Well, you know, some women do get comfortable over time.
Yeah.
And they don't try. That's a chapter in my book where it's like you look good for him. Why? How are you so upset because he's looking at girls on Instagram or he's looking at girls on TV and he's attracted to them, and you sitting over here
With
looking
your
like
bonnet
ain't your
on.
mama all day. He wants some look
I
at.
see that too.
So make sure you keep
Women,
yourself
oh my God, with
together.
bonnets on and they
Yeah.
out and about, and then your man looking at somebody else
Yeah.
you walk by. You know what I mean? It's like, we gotta keep it together. We gotta keep it together.
Look good for him. You want him to look good for you. That is a part of, when you came into the relationship,
That's
you
how you
guys
guys
both
began in the first place.
try to look good for each other. It
Right.
is something you have to continue to do. Look good for him.
Well,
You want to.
Tonight we have a moderator in the back, and maybe we should get his point of view as a guy.
What you think?
What is your point of view on how women, when they get over a breakup, they want to step out and then be like the bomb? What do you guys look at that as when you
To
see your
attract
girl, you broke up with your girl, and then you see her out here on the fly? Like, what is your point of view on those things?
I mean, I guess it depends on the reason for the breakup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if sometimes you just grow apart, and if
Right.
you grow apart, you really don't care.
You don't
And
care.
let's say if they cheated
Mm-hmm.
or you cheated, then if you see them doing well, then of course you're gonna feel like, damn, I missed out. You know? So I guess it depends on the reason for
Why
the
y'all
breakup.
broke up.
Yeah.
So, for a guy, how do you get over a breakup?
I guess, you know, women are more emotional. Guys can just
But it's
snap out of it unless you are
Emotionally attached.
like, yeah, if you're really, really attached, then you might just drink or smoke or find some other
Hang out with your
girl.
boys.
You know, like,
But I mean, do you guys really just get over it just like
No.
that though?
Yeah.
Not someone that they're really into, but you're talking to somebody, you guys break up. Do you guys just get over it just like that? Because I feel like as females, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you put 6 months into somebody and y'all break up, it's still some emotional attachment. So there's still some form of healing
Right.
that we have to do. But like for you guys,
I think we are just like you guys, but society makes us want to act tougher on the outside. So even though we might be feeling just like you, we just on the outside we show it differently. Like, yeah, it ain't no big deal. But deep down, when you by yourself, you still thinking, because we, like she said, it's like you build a bond. So it's like you're grieving,
It's a lot.
but we
Right.
grieve differently.
Right,
Because
right.
we're supposed to be tough, like.
right?
Because if you
exactly.
act like the woman, your boys are gonna laugh at you. Like,
right,
man,
right.
You
That
weak,
makes
or,
sense.
you know what I mean? So on the outside, it's like, man, it's not, I got hoes, this and this and that. But when you by yourself and nobody is watching, you might be checking the Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate you for your honesty.
No, for real.
I appreciate you for your honesty
Yeah,
because
do
some
it.
guys will probably just keep it at
Right.
I just move on. But I appreciate you being honest and saying like you guys,
That's real.
that is real. Like, I appreciate you saying that you guys. You go through the same
Yeah. We
emotions,
just act-
emotions,
we
but
just
you just
act
have to,
differently,
right.
detach them because y'all be tough.
Right.
Like, I'm not here like.
I saw a meme and it made a lot of sense. It said after breakups, girls. So the girl was very sad initially, and then over time she started realizing, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, they.
And then, I'm free. And then she was happy like a few months after the breakup, and the guy started out like, oh, I'm free, I'm out here. And then he got sad over time because he was missing her.
Yeah.
So it's bad for the girl initially and great for the guy, and then in reverse.
Right.
as
I
time
think,
goes on.
yeah. I think that, well, like I said, I appreciate your honesty because, sometimes you feel like these guys do not care. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Like trifling. Like y'all trifling in these streets. You see y'all
They
like
just,
no, for real.
they'll just shut you off.
Yeah.
Like you have to live your
You
best
know,
life.
living your
It's
best life.
like what we had was nothing.
Right.
Girl, you find yourself. See, now you have some women now. They be. Yeah, I know y'all getting your car now. Get in your car. Let me drive by and see what Daquan doing. What Mike doing? Let me see. Girl, I see him. And then you always got that one friend that always got to tell you
What he
was doing. Girl,
I hate
I was
that.
scrolling and I seen Taquan, girl, and it looked like he had. He snapped it. Girl, when he see now, come on,
And
you know what I
then
mean?
sparks your.
Oh my
just
God.
let it go. That's no social media. Like block, unfollow, all that.
So you gotta
don't
block-
go
shut them
looking
social
for
media down.
anything, no.
So if you when you're dating, you should not follow each other.
No, this is after you break up.
Oh, after you break
Because
up.
you don't want
okay.
to see their pictures because you're gonna start getting your emotions if they're on pictures with friends, traveling.
Living
Oh, they
their
got
best
in the
life,
car.
living their best life.
Yeah, and then
Like
you're
they
gonna
don't
be feeling
care.
like, yeah. So don't even look at other people's relationships and be like, oh, we could have been this. No, it's a no for social media.
And then women, please stay off social media because you always know when we in a relationship and when we out of a relationship. Because god dang it, we be posting
Post
every
everything.
goddamn thing.
All your business.
Yeah,
The hurt,
all
the
the
good time,
memes.
the hurt.
This is me back then, but look at me now.
This is why you shouldn't do
blah,
it
blah,
because
blah.
you're telling him exactly where you
Oh
are.
my
He
God.
knows.
Right.
He knows.
And they don't.
They scrolling looking too like. Showing all the hurt, so we gotta block ourselves from them and block ourselves from social media. Shut it down.
No.
Actually, people be knowing too, because when you shut the social media
Yeah,
down,
they know. They be like, oh,
she going through something
She
right
going
now.
through something. Yup. I think you just gotta keep your Facebook universal or your social media universal.
Yeah.
You gotta do your positive stuff. You gotta do that stuff like. If it's hurtful stuff, you ain't even going through it, but look, it sounds good. Let me post that up there. Just keep it universal, whatever you post, so that at the end of the day, whatever you're going through, nobody knows.
I agree with that because that actually worked for me. I never been like big on social media, especially when it comes to relationships. Like my family, like the only way they know if I'm in a relationship is if I bring somebody around, which is pretty much
Same.
next to never.
I don't post on social media.
I'm like,
And we'll have to be close to marriage before I
Sorry,
post
it.
or change my relationship status. None of those things
Yo,
are
that killed me. That killed me when people
time?
like change this relationship status when I'm single and
I hate when people do that.
No,
That's
what,
just me.
what gets me is the
I get
women
that.
now. I be seeing
Yeah.
like you scroll down the thing and you see the last dude they was in love with, and you scroll up 2 years later you see the next
She's
one.
now in a
next one.
relationship.
Yeah.
Girl.
No,
What's up?
Anyway.
Well,
No.
I think we just need to come to an agreement on what's the healthy way.
So go through all of them one more time, Nikki. Just give us like a
Okay,
sum
we
of
have- okay.
what is the healthy way.
First and foremost, you must cut off all contact.
Mm.
Second,
Contact.
you have to reflect.
Reflect.
Reflect. So talk about it. It's like therapy. You need to talk to your friends about it. Bounce like this off this person, and know what you did wrong.
Okay.
Think about what you did wrong so you can correct that. No social media, unfollow on all social media, no contacting on social media, no texting, no drunk calling.
No drama by the house.
Stay busy and active and socialize. That's why talking
Yes.
to someone else is not a bad thing. Just not trying to get into something serious with
But
that
you,
person.
right, but you know, most times that's where it leads to.
Yeah.
And you have to know when to cut it off.
The boundaries.
But you should go out, hang out with your friends. You
Mhm,
should
yeah.
socialize. Don't just
Don't
stay
lose
in
your
the
life,
house.
guys. Don't lose your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Wondering what they're doing, and especially don't go contact other exes.
Oh gosh, no. Don't do it. Don't
Never
do
go
it.
backwards.
Yeah.
Never. I know
Don't
you
look
got
at
it in
the
your back
keep
pocket.
going forward.
Let it go. Identify your emotions.
Yes, I think that's important.
That's very important.
I'm gonna go home and do that tonight.
Mhm.
Actually,
Identify your emotions. Stop having sex with him.
Well, if
You're
you
under
drunk, you
him,
don't have sex anyway, so.
he might come
yeah,
back.
drunk text.
Yeah.
He might come
Knock at
back.
the door.
Yeah.
Knock on the door. I brought you some flowers.
Because you already know.
I don't want them.
If you're under him, you're not getting over him.
Ooh. Yes.
You have to
All right.
forgive. You have to give yourself time. That was another big thing.
Yes.
And then last but not least, what everything has been telling us, you must love again.
Yes, that's what we've been going through.
And this is like a 2-year process.
Yeah.
I told you it takes time.
It takes time.
I just made that up. But no, seriously,
That's
when
okay.
when I broke up with, when me and my son's father broke up, he and I had been together for like 6 years. We've been knowing each other since we were like 12 or 13 years old. So we've been knowing each other longer than like most of our lives. But we were together for like 6 years. This is after high school and everything. When he and I broke up, the baby was 1. It took me a year to go on a date with somebody.
Yeah. When
I
you
was
really
happy,
into
I'm
it.
telling you.
It takes
Like,
time.
it's-
It took me a
When
whole
you're in love.
year
I'm still single.
agree to go on a date. Now this
By
guy,
choice.
yes, by choice. I would go out with my brother and my friends, and then a guy would approach me, and I'd be like, "Look, I don't want to know nothing about
No
about
parts.
you. I don't
Yeah.
don't ask me nothing about me. I'm here with my people, and that is all." And people thought I was crazy, but I was cool
That
and
was your-
content
that was
with
your-
not talking to any guys, dating any guys. I just wanted to do me.
Right.
And for a whole year, a guy hassled me to go on a date with him. A whole year later, I finally went on a date with this guy, and I ended up dating him for a whole year after that. But it took me a whole year to be
To get
comfortable.
comfortable with, yeah.
So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have you put those down on the Instagram. We're gonna have
Yes.
you reiterate
We're gonna
those
post it.
So-
for people and post it.
Yep.
And we might
And you
have a part
guys
two.
been
We'll
doing
have a part
good.
two.
Y'all been doing real good with interacting on the social media. So
Right.
guys, throw out there, how do you get over a breakup? Let's throw them tips and ideas out there, and we're gonna shut it down for the night. So thanks for listening to
Andrea, for coming and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
I
No problem.
Ziggy.
Yeah. And
we
thanks for
are-
listening to the Dropping the Pants of a Single
Single
Mom.
Mom.
And we out. Bye.
Peace out.
Peace.